Hello, I'm Vivian. Welcome to my channel. Last night was the beginning of Passover Seder. So we had a Seder dinner. We do a Christianized version. And I'm just going to share with you my cleanup routine. Now, I like to use fine china. And this set had enough to do the 12 guests. I love this set, this maple leaf pattern. Got it at auction for under $15, taxes, bidding, auction fees, everything is like 15 bucks. And that's the price of one plate at replacement.com. And it's got 12 place settings. And so use the main plate for the dinner, and then had these on top with all the Seder ingredients. And you can look into it. There's different versions of it. Christianized, not Christianized, but we use these to put horsette, the apple mixture that represents the mortar. Use these for the salt water for the dipping. Use these, didn't have enough. If you watch my Dollar Tree video, I've got a solution for that for next time. But didn't have enough of either one of these to do 12, so kind of did a mix of them to hold the horseradish. But, so, these do not fit into my dishwasher. These can probably go in my dishwasher, but it'd be a little awkward. They take up a lot of room just because the way they're shaped. They're treated more like washing glasses than the bowls. And because these have, I'm not sure, I think that's supposed to be platinum painted on there. If your china has that and it's, doesn't say dishwasher safe, don't assume. Go ahead and treat it as it is not dishwasher safe. So these had to be hand washed. I set up a little personal table. I'll show you in a little bit later, but I had it set up next to my double sink in the kitchen. So I put hot soapy water on one side, rinsed it on the other, and then put it in here using, can you see the little, this is actually, these are dry now. What you use for storage. See? So I got them all in there, and more than 3 of the plates and 4 of the smaller plates fit into each slot. And then the bowls. Whoops. I don't mind hand washing. I know that's weird. It's kind of relaxing to me if I got everything set up and things aren't in my way. So I did it this way with the dishes, and as soon as I had this loaded, I was able to, this is a bus pan, so I picked it up and put it over here by the table. China cabinets are right behind me, so they'll get put away easily. This is the personal table I was talking about. It's sturdy. It can handle the weight. These didn't fit in the dishwasher with the rest of these. These up top, I didn't cook in them. I just put the stuff into them for serving. So roasted vegetables, the leg of lamb got roasted in here with that rack in there. The horsette, extra horsette, because it was really good. Everyone was surprised. The guests that we had hadn't ever been to any sort of Seder before. I roasted, what was in there? Potatoes, sweet potatoes, white potatoes, and onions and garlic in there. So I still got some more things that need to go through. I'm just going to save myself. I'm not going to worry about hand washing everything. I hand washed the plates. I enjoyed that. But these, I'm going to spare myself today. And all the glasses are done. So we had the water goblets and the wine. We did grape juice. And then my husband and I couldn't sleep, so it was like 12:30 last night. We got up and he heated up some milk and put some nutmeg and stuff to it, and we had nice warm milk and then went to bed and finally was able to fall asleep. But when your guests stay later than you plan to, that was fine. You always factor that in. I don't want to be cleaning while they're here. I did put that bus pan out and just told people, that, and I removed the small Seder plates to get them out of the way so that they can use their dinner plates to eat with. And I put most of the food, all the food except for the fruit salad. Fruit salad was here on this table. Everything else was on the table, and we just passed things around, or someone passed a plate, and or someone would go, like my husband went around with the lamb and put lamb on everyone's plate. So you don't want to clean, while they're here. I don't want, and we sat around the table talking for a long time afterwards. We still continued to eat. I washed some of those bowls that we use for the salt water, the Lotus bowls that I got at auction, too. And then filled it up with the fruit salad, and I made a honey yogurt dip and put that on top of it, and that was nice. And this was set up. We didn't use all the grape juice. And then we had coffee and stuff, and it's a wreck. I didn't like the flow of that. I'm got to rework that. Finished off the decaf coffee, opened up another can of that. But here it is the next day. Oops, sorry. The dishwasher just finished on the second load. I had stuff go when I went to bed. I filled it what I could fill it with, and washed it this morning, emptied it, and then reloaded it with this and set it on the tough pot scrubber mode in the dishwasher, and I'm really pleased with that. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put the stuff away that's cleaned, and put the rest of the stuff, like this, I'm not going to put in there. This item I will hand washed. This can go in the dishwasher, even though it's probably not dirty, but it's been sitting out, so it's a little. It sits on a shelf on the top of my kitchen. So I have I had the clear bowl and the white bowl and another one of these. Get this out of the dishwasher. That pattern. I'm keeping an eye out at auction for any of the other patterns besides the regular little blue fleur-de-lis looking thing. I gave all those of mine to my daughter. She likes them, so I still need to put a centerpiece right there because it's kind of sagging. But I'm going to redo all these cabinets in the coming months, paint them white. But that white thing was sitting up there, and they all get a little bit of grease. Like that, I've got covered. So if I want to use it, I can take that out and just pull the saran wrap off of it. But it's just a big serving dish without a lid. And then I've got those two on the end covered also with saran wrap, so I can just take it off and use it. But everything, I cook often, and there's a lot of oily, greasy stuff, and things just settle, and you got to wipe everything off. So all the bakeware, the pans, these 3 clear ones you see, these 2 big ones, and then ones that are still dirty, came from a rack that I keep way up there. I got to straighten all that out. I'm going to put another shelf up there too to give me a little bit more storage, so it's not so shallowly done as that one is. I want to be able to have the lid the right side up. You can see, I don't know if you can tell that the little blue pot there, has the saran wrap on the top too. So, cleaning up, I tend to reevaluate how I've got things stored and make things easier to put away as well as to get out. It doesn't always, you would think if it's easy to get out, that's easy to put away. That's not always the case. And then having to take care of things. So, letting the dishwasher do as much of the work as I can, and taking it easy on myself. I mean, I'm not tired, even though we probably didn't go to sleep till after 1 o'clock, and I was up 6 hours later, 7 hours later, and gone to meet up, to do some shopping and sell something. So that's it. It's not people. People complain about how much time and energy it takes them to do something like a dinner. And yes, it takes planning. I did all the food. The two of the guests, one guest brought the apple mixture, another one brought a gluten-free casserole, because they didn't want to come empty-handed. It's like, that's fine. That's great. That's, more food. It takes the load off of me. But then, then you got cleanup. And I've talked about this before. I hate that they used fine china, and they're, jokingly referring to their paper products. Styrofoam even. Ugh. Yeah, call me a snob on that end. That's fine. I just think if you've got stuff like this, use it. Don't, make memories with it. My dream is that when I'm long gone, whether these dishes get passed on to my kids, my grandkids, nieces, nephews, whatever, or to someone else not even related by blood, that's fine. That they'll still be enjoyed, and they don't end up at auction for $15 for the whole set. And it's not that much work to do this. It's a little bit more planning. That's all. I don't know anyone who doesn't have a dishwasher these days. So. Get a good one. It's well worth it. I do not wash my dishes before they go in the dishwasher. That was crazy. If I still had that kind of dishwasher, I would hand wash and use it as a dish drain. The dishwashers now are quiet. If you've got one you can't talk, you have to yell if you're in the kitchen, or you can hear it from 3 rooms away, just replace it. Save up your money, or look on Craigslist, find one that's a quiet one, and one that you don't have to wash the dishes. We just scrape everything into the chicken bucket, and we're ready to go. This was can you see the design? I did have this stuff written in there that's come off. I need to redo that. To the shank bone, the bitter herb, the horseradish. Bitter herb is normally parsley. The boiled egg, roasted egg, and the matzah, pieces of the matzah. This is that other set that I bought that was missing a lot, but I figured I could use that with the maple leaf pattern set I've got, and I do. So now everything is, I just got to put everything away in the china cabinets. So I keep these china sets in here, the maple leaf pattern, and these are the bowls that go with this one. So we mainly use the the large dinner plates more than the small plates. And I hate stacking them. I really hate stacking them. So recently got these. And the problem with this is if you push it against the corner, the feet can slide into the gap that's, against the boards. So you have to be careful with that. I really dislike having to remove something like this in order to get to something else. That has always been a pet peeve of mine, and I'm always looking for ways. You know, if I had additional shelf, I will have to drill additional holes in here because they don't drill the holes enough for someone like me. So I have to be careful with not, at least that board there. That piece keeps it from sliding back, but have to make sure it doesn't get slid the other way. And then you have to figure out, okay, that's not going to fit. And I don't like to break it up if I can help it. That's not going to fit either. Dread it. Not a problem. Dollar Tree now has, these are a little bit wider. They used to, theirs was like this before. Now, you see the difference? So this works. I'll remove that. And you know, they're a little bit on the flimsy side, so, and some of the feet fell off. That's going to bother me because they're going to wobble. So here's one that's got all four of those little feet plug thingies. Gives it a little bit more height, a little bit more cushion. Oh. Wasn't planning on doing it this way, but whenever I was joking that this whole week, getting ready for Seder, I wasn't able to just clean the house. I had to organize and put things away. It's a little wobbly wobbly. But I'm going to put, sorry about that. I like to put the lighter stuff on top when I can work it out that way. And I'm going to push. Okay, no. I couldn't help myself redoing everything and decorating and reorganizing. It's never just organizing, it's reorganizing when something doesn't work the way I want it to. Will that even fit? No, these plates are too big for this to go in it. But these plates are actually a little smaller. And I like this. This is a pretty set. It didn't come with any cups. And the door will still shut with that little bit of overlap. And I will have to find something that will work for this whole thing going across. Actually, I think I've got another one of those that's made for plates. And it looks like it's going to be tall enough. Be right back. I did find the other one and I started rearranging, and then I remembered I had something else. And I'm going to rework this again. If you can tell that I couldn't put all of my plates in the one thing, and I was going to stack it. And that's going to bug me every time. So don't be scared to acknowledge that something's not working or just going to bug you, even if it's really trivial to everybody else. Now I had freed up these when I did some reorganizing and actually put some cabinets in. So that will give me the other shelf. I wish this was a little bit deeper, but I can work with this. I'm fine with that. So now I can pull up the plates if I want to just use the dinner plates without having to worry about the bowls. This is that other set. And its bowls. It actually has some smaller ones, but they're down here. That's good. And this goes to this pattern, so it's got both bowls up here where I can get the small or big. Oops. And these plates will fit here, or maybe I should put these down below. That's fine. And, oh, I'm not going to put the ramekins back. I think that would be a mistake. But these cups go with the set that's right above in the china cabinets. I want to keep them close to it. And this will fit without sliding into the hole. Oops. Yep. It dropped. I pushed it too far back. So, make sure it doesn't go further back than that. This can fit there. I don't want to put my ramekins, or actually, maybe if I looped it there so it doesn't get pushed into the thing. I don't want to put my ramekins back up here. I want to put them with my bakeware stuff. Did I get everything put up? Yeah, with room to spare. In fact, that allows me, let's see if I can, nope, that's not going to fit there. These smaller bowls for that set will fit back there. And these small plates, just to have to slide them out of the way. And most of the time, I'm going to be using those. May not use those, and got access to that. I'm happy with that. And next time, it's going to be a lot faster for me to get them in and out. This is going to work. I'm now thinking I should redo the other china cabinet like this, that way. But I'm just taking these opportunities while I had, these were all in use. Most of these were in use. Yeah, they were all in use, excuse me. So that started a whole nother thing for me. And yeah, this will give it additional support, but that's the saucers that go with that set. And that's the set that we used literally for over a decade. Every Friday night we used that. That was our Sabbath plates. And now we got all this nice stuff and the kids are grown. I couldn't do this when they were little. I would have if I'd known about such options. But, all in its right time and place. Thanks for joining me. I hope you are encouraged to use your fine china. It's not that much work. The way I do it, and if you have a regular dish drain, you can do it that way. I do not like to towel dry my stuff. For some reason that has always bugged me. I don't like it. So I don't do it that way. I prefer to let them drip dry in place if I can. And with that system that I showed you, I can do it that way. And now one shelf done. Thanks for joining me. Be a blessing and be blessed.